Hello and welcome. My name is Osama Fuad. I am your mentor today in Introduction to Programming. Today we will talk about Python, specifically for loop or loops in general. We will talk mainly about for loop, and maybe if we have time we will talk about while loop. So let's start. Here I am using Spider Python, Spider IDE. It's integrated development environment. Whatever which program you use, it's the same idea. Here you have file, and in another place you have the console that will show us the output. Okay, let's start. We have print command, and you know the difference between print and return. That out of scope of the current session. Anyway, if we run print command print 1, that will print 1. It's so easy. If we want to print 10 number, for example from 1 to 10, we have to repeat that command 10 times. Print 1, print 2, print 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and finally 8 and 10. Now that will print from 1 to 10. But this process of repeating the line again and again, it's so silly. For that reason, we have another way to write that command. We reach the same result with less writing, and that is for loop. For for x in range 10, print x. Okay, what is that anyway? For that the keyword which tell Python that we need a loop. X is iterator. We can name it anything. Maybe we can name it I, for example. Iterator, that something will be used as a counter in for loop. And for loop can take a range, and the default start is from 0, not from 1. So we will run this and see if it will give us what we need or not. We need now to print from 1 to 10. I will press F5, and as you can see, we not reach our goal. It's not start from 1, but start from 0, and it not include 10. So when I use for loop, I use iterator, I give it a name, and I add another keyword which is in, and range, and that range will start from 0 and will not include the last number. If I say range from range 8, that means from 0 to 7. So how we can reach the looping from 1 to 10? We have to set the start point, which is 1, and the end point, which is 11, not 10. In that way, we will start from 1 and less than 11, which is 10. Now we run this command and we reach what we want. We print from 1 to 10. Okay, we have another option in for loop like that. Can you expect what is that? Okay, that is the step. In fact, adding 1 will make no difference at all. It will print from 1 to 10. But if I add 2, that will make a huge difference. Now the step is 2. It's print every 2 number. Instead of printing 1, 2, 3, 4, it's print 1, 3, 5, 7, and so on. We can change that to be for example 4, and again here the difference between the two number is 4, 1 and 5, then 8, and since the next number is greater than 10, which is our limit, it will not be printed. Okay, so we have two form of range. We can set just one number, and in that case we will print or we will loop through 0 to number less than what we write here. If it's 5, that means we will loop from 0 to 4. If it's 10, that means we will loop from 0 to 9. Another option here is adding break. If I is equal 8 or 7, for example, break. Let's see what will happen. Sorry, is equal here. I make a mistake here. If you say I equal 7, that is assignment. That's mean make I equal 7, but double equal, that mean check if I is equal 7. So here is 2 equal, not just 1 equal. Now we run our program again, and you can see it print only from 0 to 7. Why? Because we add break. Break is ending of the loop. We have a condition here. If I is equal 7, break, don't continue the looping. We have another option of just missing one cycle of the loop and go to the next one, which is continue. Continue mean don't print this one, but go to the next cycle. But we have here small problem. Let's run the program and see what is the problem exactly. Okay, here it make no difference at all. It's already printed from 0 to 9. Why? Because the print is before the if condition. It's print first, then it check the condition. We need to reverse the order. That means we first will check if the I is equal 7. In that case we will not print. Now let's run this program again, and here you can see 7 was not printed. It's print 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's just missed the 7 and continue after it. Okay, so we have two options: either break, which will end the loop if the condition happen, or we have continue to just miss or escape one loop and continue to the next one. In range we said that in range we use 1 minute please. Okay, in range we use a number, and in one number, and in that case we will loop from 0 to number less than our range. And we can have other option like adding the start point and the end point, and in that case we will loop from 1 to 10. And finally we have option of adding step, and in that case, as you see, we will loop and will print only number from 1 to 10, but we increase the looping by 3 every 3, So it's 1, 4 and 7 was skipped because we have this if statement. Okay. Let's return to the first format. Now for loop we have this for loop. We print number from 0 to 9, and we have option available only in for loop, not in while loop or something, which is else print the end. Okay, in that case we will loop through for loop. When the for loop it end, it will print it will execute the command in else. So here we loop through our range from 0 to 9, and after that it will execute else, which is just print the end. Okay, let's see something else. For loop we can use it with not only number but with letter. For example, let's make variable called x equal a b c d e f g. For I in x, what that mean? This mean for each letter exist in variable x, do the following. We will just print the I, which is every component of the x. In that case, we will loop through this letter one by one. For I in x, print I. Here we print a b c d e f g, that print every single letter here. That was a very quick introduction for loop, and we will continue discussing it later. Thank you for being with me. Bye.